Hello everybody, welcome to a brand new video. It's been a while, a good couple of months actually, since my last video. The reason why? Well, pretty simple. I've been busy with life. As sad it may sound, kind of. I've been busy with school, normally, taking care of a lot of things, and just couldn't really get a good time to start making videos on my channel, but hopefully I can restart that with summer vacations. Um, what are we doing today? Well, we are doing a review, which you could already guess by the name of the title of this video. What happens is I got this game for free on Steam. For those that got it, congratulations, this game actually looks pretty good. And the name of the game is Jotun. I'm sorry for those that probably heard that and go, "That's not the fucking name, you fucking idiot." I actually never heard of this game before. I've seen it a couple of times and maybe even thought about buying it, but I never really did. Now, the story of the game is you play as a character, a Viking warrior that died on a tragic sailing. Her name was Tora. I think that's it. How it is. And just a heads up. I am sorry if I kill the names just by the way I'm saying them. Don't blame me. I'm just really not good with saying a lot of these names. But her name is Tora, and she's a Viking. She died, and when she died, she was brought to this mythical world filled with creatures of all types. Mythical creatures, of course, and gods and goddesses and all those. And your objective is to prove to the gods that you're worthy of going to Valhalla. One of the things I like the most about this game is the artwork. Like, it's beautiful beyond imagination. Just look at that view. It's astonishing. And for every level, I've only been able to go through the first, which is the first level, where you just start off, and the second one, which is with dwarves and all those Viking characters, whatever. What I could say about the game is it reminds me of other really well-made games, like Dark Souls. It reminds me of that because it's really complex. It's really hard to play it in the perspective that when you do play the game, you have to constantly dodge a lot. You have to attack before they attack. You have to know their moves so you can dodge them and attack them. And I just don't talk about small characters. You will find a lot of small characters which you fight, like the dwarves, or small vines that come out of the ground, which in the first level you'll mainly get. But one of the main things it is you have to get used to attacking and dodging a lot. And mainly on the bosses. The bosses are amazing, and that's what makes me remind of another thing. It reminds me of a game called Shadow of the Colossus, which, in my opinion, is actually a pretty good game for the time it was released, to how big it is, how well it was made even. And that's what it reminds me, at least the bosses. Like, you see the boss, you probably go, it's not that bad. It's creepy and fucking giant in the perspective of flowers. If you look at your character is fucking tiny in comparison to them. And that's what things I like about the game. It brings that perspective that you're not fighting just another character that is considered a boss. You're fighting a fucking mythical being, a creature fucking 10 times bigger than you, maybe more, that could kill you if it wishes to with ease. And you're fighting it to defeat it. So you could gain the will of the gods on your favor. Now, the very first boss, the plant lady, as you can see, she wasn't an easy character. There were a lot of deaths. Not even joking, like, I probably died 5, maybe 6 times before I can actually handle the character well enough to actually win. Now, that was just because of sheer luck. But it's not just her. There's a lot more characters. I've seen images on the Steam shop of like a god of or a mythical being of ice, lightning, and much more. And I think these are like different elements, you know, like this being nature. The second one was of dwarves, so it was probably like steel or something. I don't know. But yeah, then you have ice, you have lightning. Most likely you'll have fire. You'll have a lot of enemies to go through, and they're not easy. I can promise you that. I had to replay the game, or at least at one level, lots and lots of times. And I have to be quick. Like literally, by the end of the game, I was sweating on my hands because I was fucking moving non-stop. I was clicking so fast I couldn't keep up sometimes. But yeah, I love the game, but I don't love it because of the gameplay. The gameplay is really good, and I like it. It's simple. It's not complex. But I like on the perspective of artwork, and not just in the view, not just in how it looks from afar, how it looks in drawings. No, I like the perspective of how the bosses, even the bosses themselves, they're not like 3D. Because if you look at the character as the main character, you can see that she's not a drawing. She is a 3D modeled character. Her movements are in 3D, everything is about her, and other small characters are all 3D. What I like mainly about this is, like I said, the artwork, and the bosses show a lot of that artwork, that small animation drawings of each actions, from their hitting to their reaction to everything they do. It's all in drawings, it's not 3D modeled, which I like the most, because those games are awesome when they have that, because you actually know they did a lot of work to doing that, and it's rare to find games like that. You can find them, but it's not like every single game we spot on. Yeah, but I like that about it. I like the views, and one of the things I wish the game had was galleries, so you can actually review a lot of the locations you went to. You can even, if I could even download some of them to have as a wallpaper, I would fucking love to have that. But yeah, the game is just amazing as it is. But it does has its downsides. One of which being you cannot heal just out of the blue. Like I said, it's kind of like Dark Souls in a perspective that is hard. It's not simple, it's made to be hard. But here's the thing, in Dark Souls you still have the opportunity to drink a flack or whatever it's called to gain some health. Here you cannot. Here the only way you can gain health and power attacks is by visiting a thing called a mimir. I think that's how it goes, because in the game they don't even speak English, which I'll go to that in a bit later. No, what it's called, I think it's called a mimir. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong, but a mimir is kind of like this small looking pool with a head in it, and the head is not connected to anything. It's a decapitated head with roots growing from it, going around the whole thing, and when you go into it, it awakens up. The water goes a bit down, and it wakes up. It looks at you and all that, a bit creepy, but, you know, not bad. Now, you can only use it once, and only once until you die again. It's kind of a checkpoint, actually. It gives you life, and it also gives you god point, god attacks, which you can use to attack enemies, but that'll be also a bit later. What I like about it is, like I said, artworks, but I don't like is that you cannot heal up. You can go anywhere, you can probably collect some items like the Apple of Eden, which is actually actual apple that you can collect in the game. And what I think it does, it gives you like an extra piece of life, so you don't die so easily. But it's still, to get those, you still have to work a lot to it. And one thing I like in some games is puzzles, and this had a lot of puzzles and hidden rooms. Some of the rooms actually contain the god powers, which you can collect. The ones at least I found on the game was the Loki god power, the god of mischief and treachery. I think that's what it said. And this game actually increases your playthrough of it because you have to actually explore. You have to check every corners of the full mountains or the landscapes. You have to search everything. And just as you're searching everything, that's when you find it. You find or a key to open up a certain item, or a key to make a bridge, or an item which will help you throughout your quest. That's one of the things I like. It gives you the chance to explore. Not like some games that the exploration is an option, but it's not a need. Well, in this game, exploration is an option, but it's more of a need because you need the powers, you need items to make your quest a lot easier unless you want the challenge. And even so, I will warn you, the game is not easy at all. Like, fucking hell, the last boss I fought, which was the second boss you can play in the game, play against the game. Fucking hell, I was going at it. There were times I would get as close as I could, and then I would die because I would run out of god powers. I just didn't have enough health to handle another attack, and I would lose instantly. It was really hard, I can tell you that. And yeah, an exploration is not much of a need, but it is sometimes even considered a need, just to how much you will find. But yeah, if I would give this an option, I would say it's a really good game. And if you guys got it for free, excellent. You pick up a really good game. But yeah, like the game has so much to show, and I'm yet to explore more of it. But I do hope for one thing. I do hope that when people do watch this, or if they watch other people giving their own comments, and if the comments are good, that they at least don't see the game as just another hardcore playthrough. Don't think about it. It's more of a story-driven game. You know, yes, it's tough to play it, but it's more of a story game. Yeah, and I not just love the artwork. I don't just love some of the gameplay you have it, but I also love the way they use the language. Now, I haven't found much info on the game. Sadly, I should have. I know I could have, but there's a thing. I don't know much about it and where to even search it on. But I'm gonna guess the language is somewhat a language equal to Viking, if not even Viking language. And if it is, but if I am mistaken, please leave it on the comments down below. I will accept it. Of course, I'll probably have to check it. Fucking hell, the game I love, and just the things you learn from it, from the mighty Gungnir, Maholnir, and Gleipnir. Sorry if I'm killing these names. Forge. The things you learn from the game, you'll most likely learn a lot more about Viking mythology and a lot more stuff about it. But it's just really good how the story and how the history they put in, it's just amazing. But one of the things I will always love about this game is just the sheer amount of beauty in their backgrounds, because some games they just concentrate on their main levels. They just make it, they probably put up a plain background or something just to make it look pretty, simple, and bam, that's a game for them. But here, no. For example, there's even a level where you're going down some routes, and I fucking went speechless when I saw the background there. It was amazing. Because I kid you not, I love dragons. And just the background would make me wish this actually allowed me to have that background for my computer desktop. Because it was just so amazing. I kid you not, who wouldn't love a fucking giant dragon? Not even joking, chewing on the tree that you're actually gliding on. And just comparison to his size, he's fucking giant. He's probably bigger than the creatures you fight in the game. Who knows? And he's just there in the background. Who would not be freaked out after seeing that. I was speechless when I saw that. And so much so that I just simply wanted to play more. Of course, I reached one of the bosses and I couldn't keep going from there. I'll probably have to play that again. But what I get out from all of this is this. I love the artwork. It's amazing. I would suggest playing the game just for its artwork, but not just the artwork. The gameplay is really good. Although I do wish they had a bit of a more help for like healing factor, but I will give this is my judgment. If you guys have your judgments, you guys just comment down below what you wish to give this game and give your own comments on it. But in my idea, it's a 8 out of 10, and I'm giving it 8 because I just love how it was well made and how beautiful it looks. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I'll probably give it more or less depending on how I keep going on the game. If I like more and more on the game, I'll probably leave it on my Twitter. So if you want to have updates on my ideas on this game, follow me on Twitter, and most likely I will post something about this game there. And with that, I'll leave you guys to it. Please like and subscribe this video and my channel, and yeah, check out my Twitter, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.